Hey friends, welcome back. On behalf of He Is Risen Ministries, I want to welcome you. Your support through subscribing and giving a thumbs up below helps us continue creating future videos for those who love Christ and are called according to His purpose. Today I want to take a moment to give a special shout out to Casey, a new member of our Forever family. Casey, we're so glad you're here. You've been through a season that no one ever wants to face. 2 miscarriages, and then your husband leaving just 7 months ago. That's a lot of loss, a lot of pain, and yet here you are, still searching for hope, still reaching toward God. I just want you to know we see you, we love you, and even more importantly, God sees you. Sometimes in moments like this, it feels like everything we trusted just falls apart. The person who promised to stay leaves. The dream of holding that baby never happens. The world feels colder, smaller, and quieter than before. You wake up wondering if you'll ever feel safe again. But here's the truth we're going to stand on today. God will never leave you or forsake you. Those words come from the Bible, specifically from Deuteronomy 31:6 and again in Hebrews 13:5. In both places, God says the same promise in different ways. I will never leave you nor forsake you. It's like He knew we'd need to hear it more than once. He repeats it because He knows how easy it is for us to forget when we're hurting. Let's break that down. When God says, I will never leave you, He means there's no situation, no failure, no heartbreak that can make Him walk away. You can run, you can hide, you can cry, you can yell at Him, and He still stays. He's not like people. He doesn't ghost you when you're not at your best. He doesn't unfriend you when you're messy or broken. God's loyalty isn't based on your performance. It's rooted in His character. He is faithful even when we're faithless. And when He says, I will never forsake you, that word forsake goes even deeper. It means to abandon or turn away from someone in their time of need. Picture being in the middle of a storm, wind blowing, waves crashing, everything dark, and suddenly realizing you're not alone in the boat. God is there, gripping the oars, steadying the ship. That's what it means that He won't forsake you. He stays through the storm. Let's make this real for a second. Imagine your phone battery dying at 1% and you're desperate to find a charger. That's kind of how we treat God sometimes, like He's a resource we plug into when we're low. But what He's saying is that He's the constant power source that never runs out. You don't have to find the charger. He is the charger. His presence isn't something you plug in and out of. It's something that stays with you 24/7. Casey, you might be wondering right now, if God is with me, why do I feel so alone? And that's such a real question. Feeling abandoned doesn't mean you are abandoned. Feelings are real, but they're not always true. You can feel alone and still be surrounded by God's presence. It's like being in a dark room with the lights off. You can't see what's around you, but that doesn't mean it's not there. God's presence doesn't disappear when you can't feel it. It's steady, like air. You may not always see it, but you can't live without it. The Bible is full of people who felt abandoned but weren't. Think about David. He cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? That's raw honesty. And yet in another psalm he said, even if my father and mother abandon me, the Lord will hold me close. That's powerful. It shows that even when human love fades, God's love remains. And then there's Jesus Himself. On the cross, He quoted David's cry, my God, why have you forsaken me? He said that because in that moment, He took on all our sin, all our shame, all the brokenness that separates us from God, so that we would never have to experience true abandonment. Jesus was forsaken once, so that we would never be. That's love that doesn't quit. Maybe right now you're trying to hold on to faith with one trembling hand. Maybe you're replaying memories of what used to be, wishing your husband would come home, wishing things were different. I want you to know it's okay to grieve. God isn't asking you to pretend everything's fine. He's asking you to trust that He's not done. He's writing something new, even if you can't see the next page yet. There's this verse in Isaiah 43 where God says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. Notice it doesn't say if, it says when. The promise isn't that you'll never face deep waters or fire. The promise is that you won't go through it alone. God doesn't always calm the storm right away, but He always climbs into the boat with you. Think of it like this. You know how on your phone's GPS, when you take a wrong turn, it says recalculating? It doesn't scold you or give up. It just finds a new route to get you where you're supposed to go. That's what God's love is like. You may take detours or hit dead ends, but he doesn't throw the map away. He keeps guiding, redirecting, and whispering, "I'm still here." Sometimes God's presence shows up in small ways: a friend checking in, a song that hits just right, a sunrise that makes you feel like maybe there's still beauty left in the world. These aren't coincidences. They're love notes from your Creator, gentle reminders that you're not forgotten. And Casey, let me say this: you are not defined by who left you or by what you lost. You are defined by who stays. And God stays. His word says he is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. That means when your heart feels like it's shattered into 1,000 tiny pieces, he's right there holding every one of them. He doesn't rush your healing. He walks with you through it. Maybe one day reconciliation will happen with your husband. Maybe it won't. But whether it does or doesn't, your story isn't over. The author of your life isn't done writing. You're still in the middle of the book, and God's endings are always good. I want to encourage you and anyone watching who feels like Casey right now to take comfort in this truth. You are never truly alone. Every breath you take is a reminder that the one who made you is still sustaining you. Every sunrise is his whisper saying, "I'm not done with you yet." So, what can you do today? Start small. When you wake up, before checking your phone, just whisper, "Good morning, Lord." It's simple, but it's powerful. It invites him into your day. And when you feel the ache rise up, say, "God, I know you're here." It may not make the pain disappear, but it will remind your heart that you're not carrying it alone. If you journal, write down one thing each day where you notice God's presence. Maybe it's a smile from a stranger, a verse that popped up online, or just making it through another hard day. Over time, you'll start to see that he's been there all along. And remember this: God never leaves, but sometimes he lets things fall apart so he can rebuild them stronger. Just like a phone needs to restart to function properly, sometimes life has to reboot. It feels dark when the screen goes black, but when it powers back on, everything works better than before. So Casey, and to everyone walking through heartbreak or loss, hold on. You're loved. You're seen. You're not forgotten. And the God who promised never to leave you or forsake you is keeping that promise right now. Before we close, I want to speak a blessing over you. May you feel God's arms around you in the quiet moments. May his peace fill the spaces that pain used to occupy. And may his love remind you that no matter what others do, he will always stay. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message encouraged you, please subscribe and give a thumbs up below. It really helps us reach more people with the hope of Christ. From all of us here at He Is Risen Ministries, remember, you are deeply loved, you are never alone, and God will never leave or forsake you. See you next time, family. Stay strong, stay rooted, and stay close to Jesus.